Well, hello everybody, and hey there, Chad Fitch. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, Andy. It's so great to see you again.
It's great to see you. How are you this beautiful Sunday?
I'm actually pretty good. Thank you for asking. And yourself?
I'm great.
Good. Always good to hear.
So here we are to answer a bunch of questions from fans and do an interview because everybody is really interested in what's going on with Chad Fitch these days.
And since I don't keep up with my blog anymore, I apologize.
So we'll start with an easy one.
Okay.
What have you been up to? You live in Metro Orlando, right?
That is correct. Just really working, and I've been going to the gym a lot lately. I don't know if you noticed, but last time I saw you was back in April, and I was a little bit heavier than I am now. I've been going to the gym and eating healthy and really not partying as much as I used to. Really kind of starting to settle down now and everything, and I feel fantastic, so it's always a plus.
So you look amazing.
Well,
what is your secret?
Really just sticking to it. I mean, a big part of it was, you know, the partying aspect, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, hitting Taco Bell before it closes really didn't do me any good. So I definitely cut out a lot of the fast food, and been working out a lot. Been trying to go to the gym about 4 or 5 times a week, and you know, eating healthy, eating my vegetables, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, excellent. As I said, you look amazing.
I appreciate it. Thank
So
you.
we have a bunch of questions that were submitted to your Twitter, etc. So I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
So the first one that came up, you can answer this any way you want. The question was, one of your very best same-sex friends confesses he has feelings for you more than friendship. He's fallen in love with you. What do you say or do? Are you okay with the quote-unquote having sex with buddies concept?
I mean, I would have to be attracted to the person, obviously. It's kind of a tough question. I've never really been put in a situation like that. The whole sex with buddies thing is, I'm 50-50 on the whole thing, to be honest, and I guess technically it'd be fine depending on the situation, yes. I'd be okay with it.
Okay. One of the next ones was, in what areas of life would you describe yourself as old-fashioned, if any?
Well, this is definitely something I know a lot about. I think I'm old-fashioned in the sense that, you know, dinner time is for families to be together and sit down at the dinner table and eat, not in front of the television and talk about your day. Kind of, I guess, my grandma raised me to be this kind of 50s suburban housewife. I don't know if any of you watch Desperate Housewives, but sort of like Brie Vandekamp in a way, almost, you know. She makes sure that the house is perfect. You know, she cooks and cleans for her husband, and makes sure that his, you know, house is taken care of. And essentially that was how I was in my relationship, so I guess in the sense old-fashioned, that would be me. As well as, I guess, like, people throw that word friend around so much, and I take, you know, very serious, what's the word I'm looking for? I have very strong feelings for the words friends, as you know, and I guess that's, you know, kind of old-fashioned, I guess, as well.
Okay. So there's been a lot of Twitter conversation about Vegas. The famous, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So tell us, seems like there was a lot going on. What do you want to tell your fans about your first trip ever to Vegas?
I had a feeling that this would come up. Not really going to go into detail about it. Vegas was great. I had a great time, and I finally got to meet some people that I've never met before. I met, you know, the Shishi LaRue. She was fantastic, absolutely amazing. I met Blake Stone, and you know, others as well. And it was great to, you know, hang out with them and my close friend that I was out there with, we had a great time, and you know, I would totally do it all over again. So.
Okay. So you talked about going back into porn at one point, because it's been a little while since you were officially retired. It seems like so far you've made the decision not to do that.
Yes.
What's your thinking there? Why don't you go back in?
I think honestly that I did my time, basically. I came in, I did my thing, and I left, and honestly I think that just going back would just put my life into too much chaos, and I like a steady, you know, plan. And honestly I think that me going back after what happened last April with my career, it would cause more harm than good in my personal experience in my life, and I don't think that it would be wise for me to go back.
Okay. So one of your fans says, weird question, but do you feel prettier as a person at this junction in your life, on the inside or on the outside? And what area do you feel needs the most improvement?
I'm pretty content with both inside and outside aspects of me. I definitely think that in this stage of my life I'm definitely more confident with myself, especially nowadays. Since going to the gym, I'm definitely more confident with my body. Everybody said that I looked good back when I was 18. I personally don't think I did. I was, you know, 5'10", 120 pounds. I mean, I just basically skin and bone, and I didn't think I looked attractive. I think that I'm a lot more attractive now, and I'm definitely happier with myself.
Okay. I like this question because it puts you on the spot. What do you think?
We'd love to do that.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you?
About me? Probably the fact that people think that I'm kind of this, I guess, put it in plain and simple words, a stuck-up bitch. And I will say the answer to that is yes and no. I like what I like, and I stick up for the things that I think are correct. And if, you know, me having no filter and speaking my mind without thinking about it sometimes, which I know is a bad thing, but I'm an honest person, and I'm going to tell you what I think. And if you don't like the answer and you want to think I'm a bitch, then go ahead. I know a lot of people that don't know me personally, they only read what they see on Twitter, think that I'm basically this not a very nice person. And there was actually about 3 weeks ago rumors that were started that I've never even met these people before, saying that I was not a good person. And I think that's complete and total bullshit, because anybody who knows me personally on a friend-to-friend level basis and in my inner circle knows that I am probably one of the most trustworthy, and I would definitely die for the people in my inner circle. So I can't change people's opinions about me. All I can say is that you should probably read the book before you judge it by its cover.
Okay, well said. I like this one too. What is the most valuable lesson you have learned in life so far?
Probably to trust, but verify.
Okay. Do all of your friends, and I would even add the word family, know you once did gay pornography?
Yep, they do. Everybody in my life, friend-wise, close friend-wise, and I guess I really wouldn't call them friends, more of acquaintances. Everybody that I interact with and network with, they do know, and my entire family knows as well, yes.
Okay. So
Including my grandmother.
This is probably maybe a tough question. Think of the last time you were really angry. Why were you so angry? Do you still feel the same way now about that matter?
I probably would think that probably about 3 weeks ago, when I found out that people were saying that I wasn't a very good person. They were spreading malicious and slandering lies that weren't true, and I didn't think that it was appropriate or classy of them to spread those rumors. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and I was extremely angry, and I still feel the same as I did when I found out about it, yes.
Okay. Have you done anything you regret in the last month? If so, what?
No. Nothing that I regret, no.
Okay. So we've talked about, and you've brought up, Desperate Housewives, Vampire Diaries, and then also Real Housewives. So you think about all those characters, that's a lot of characters, right?
Yeah.
All the women that went through DH, all the vampires running around, and all of the various different Real Housewives. Out of all of those characters, knowing that there's probably you in many of them, which one stands out that represents you the best?
That's like such a hard question, because I mean it's not hard, it's just trying to decide. I would probably have to say Gabrielle Solis from Desperate Housewives.
Young and attractive, what else sticks out for you?
More so the fact that she used to be a model, for those of you who don't know. She used to be a model, then she met somebody and married him, and she left the modeling world, which basically, when I met my second boyfriend, I was in porn. And one of the reasons I left was for him. And then, you know, they were rich, and they were poor again, and then they were rich again. And she's materialistic. I mean, I wouldn't call me obsessive materialistic, but I do like my nice things. I feel that I work pretty hard for them, and I like to, you know, have them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And the fact that she's materialistic, but then in that season 5, she has kids and she completely changes, which is how I am. Once you get to know me and inside, you know, this whole bitch persona, and actually realize that I do want a family, and I'm very loving, and I'm very affectionate, and I'm probably the biggest mush and hopeless romantic in the world. I mean, some of the things I say are kind of corny, and I think they're corny myself, but it doesn't mean that I don't mean them. And I feel that that would probably be me. I mean, and you know, she got fat and I got heavier, and then she lost it again, and then I lost it. It's just, I feel like me and her are probably, you know, the same person.
Okay. So you've learned a lot since you were 18, which we won't say how many years ago that was. If you ran into an 18-year-old who was just about to start in porn, so whether it's Helix or some other studio, and that kid sat down and said, "Chad, what would your advice be for me? How should I manage this? What lessons did you learn? What would you tell him to watch out for and be careful of as he starts on his journey?"
I mean, I think this question came up last time as well. I mean, the only thing I'm really going to say on this is just think hard before you go into it, because sometimes it can bite you in the behind, like, you know, it did to me. And if I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't change anything. I'm, you know, upset that, you know, I did lose the job that I loved. But I would just tell him just to be cautious, to think really hard before you make any decisions, because, I mean, it is a life-changing decision. And once it's up, there's no bringing it down. There's no going back, and you have to, it's not, I wouldn't call, you know, everybody celebrities, but it, you know, you do have fans, and, you know, you kind of have to watch what you say in a public setting, because what you say can and will be held against you, basically. And, you know, it's kind of like if you look at any A-list celebrity, they have to watch what they say. That's why they have publicists, and they, like, you know, they have to know what's going on. It's, all I can tell you is just be careful. And if that's what you really want to do, good luck. And to not make that your main priority source of income, to have another source of income on the side. So that's all I'll say.
Good advice. Okay, we're going to close with one last question.
All right.
Which I think you answered a little bit.
I guess I wouldn't say that I'm cynical. All right, maybe a little bit on certain aspects of everything, but I feel like I'm more of a realist, and I think of what has happened and the things that I've experienced, and I use them, as guidelines. And basically, of course I'm an optimist. I'm not depressed. I always hope for the best and think that the good things will happen, but in all reality we really need to see what's in front of us, and I guess that would make me a realist, so kind of in between, so to speak. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me, Andy. It was so great seeing you.
And your fans say thank you for all these great answers, and we'll talk to you again when we come back for the next interview.
All right, sounds great. Have a good one, guys.
Bye now.